Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. We are, of course, getting back into it with Scarlet Hollow. Still on our quest. Whether or not we'll be successful is, of course, another matter entirely. But in addition to such, if you are on or part of the Black Tabby Discord, or if you just have Discord, you might want to, skitter on over there because, one, they're talking about their prints, which were... Kitty Kai! Yeah, Scarlet Hollow! So, I don't know if you've seen, but they currently have some reprints going of, past prints of the, happy endings. That will never be, but And they're taking current polls and information on potential pins. Also, did you know you have pre-rolls on? I do? What? Oi! Hang on. That's bullshit. How do I turn that off? Hang on. Wait, who? Oh, the prints are of, well, everybody. Here, hang on. Hang on. Let me get you a link. Let me toss that in there. There you go. Also, how do I turn off the pre-roll ads? I don't want those. Let me see. Hang on. Where's... We're doing it live. I'm not permitting this shit. Is it here? Ads? Don't have a minimum of 3 min ads per hour. It pre-rolls it. Yeah, 3 minutes. Oi! Disable pre-roll out. Yeah, how many minutes of video ads do you want to run per hour? It's 3 minutes. I have it at the recommended. Did you also... Oh god, yes, dude, those happy seats makes me... Right! Same! Maybe just because you went live. That's true. Did you also click disable? What am I disabling? Because I want to make sure I click the right thing. Ads... Oh, is it the ads automatically scheduled? Because I can click that. It also could be just because I went live. It's very true. Disable pre-rolls. Yeah, no, disable... Well, it says disable pre-rolls when I run ads. So maybe it is just because I went live. Because, yeah, just running mid-roll libraries every 30 seconds, blah, 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 but I've got it a bit different. Pre-roll out notifications, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've got disabled pre-rolled ads when I run ads, and yeah, I'm guessing it's just because I went live. At least that's the best guess I got. I'll check mine later. I'm too cold to go on my laptop. Valid. Stay comfy, stay cozy. But yeah, they've got those going at the moment, the prints. And they're also taking polls on pins. So let's see, where's... So they had to separate it. It was kind of funny because at first they weren't going to have an option for a frou-frou pin. Because they're like, just get a spoons one. It's the same. And everybody was like, no, we want spoons. So he's like, sigh, okay, would you buy a frou-frou pin? 74% said yes. But yeah, let's see. Tabitha has 24%. Stella has 10. Dustin has 21. Not really surprising. Avery has 6. Kanika has 11. Oscar has 3. I feel a little bad for Oscar. Sybil has 2%. Now, this is percents, not votes. Carmilla has 2%. Reese, man, 7%. Reese, don't worry about it, 14%. That doesn't surprise me either. Wayne had... These ones had to be in a different poll because you have a max number of people per poll or choices. Wayne, 31%. Gretchen, 24%. Dr. Kelly, 12%. And Frou Frou, 27%. So yes, very much... Ah, yes, your hear me out boyfriend. I don't know if that's just a hear... Well, I can see it as a slight hear you out. Yeah, I get it. I see it. Yeah. So she'll be like, yes, they hear me out. I'm like, kinda, yeah. Alright, let's go. Alright. Episode 3. We have saved. We shall continue. Give me a slight recap. When he has a tail. Yep. Alright, give me a full recap because I don't quite remember, but I'll skip through it a little bit. Yes, we were on the bus. We are at the humble estate. Hello. We have said hello to our friend. Oh my god. No, I'm just Blaze. I actually don't remember. Did I call myself Blaze in this one? I don't remember. It's a mountain lion. Hi! And now we're down here. And bye. Yeah! Wait, why weren't you on the list? What about old men? We gotta have Duke. Duke wasn't on the list. I'll make my own Duke fan art, see if I don't. I see him. You all see him back there? His little beady eyes in the back. Duke's been gone a while? He kind of has been, yeah. But I mean, we don't see Frou-Frou or Pixels as much, but then again, animals, of course we want Pixel and Frou-Frou and Dustin. Cat! Exactly! Oh yeah, which one? Oh, sweet! I guess I got, strength? I got strength. Saved both. Excellent. Alright. Hi! You can ever so faintly make out the name tag on his jacket. Wayne. Welcome home. I want to know why there's an option there to just scream, because just like... I feel like that's an appropriate response. A bloody figure is illuminated by the headlights of your cousin's car. I think I should be able to go, ah! Yes. Sunset. Look at Frou-Frou on the back counter. The Avery! And you! I've forgotten your name, I'm sorry, but you're fine. Thank you, Avery. Kanika! Hello! Pet the pup. Yes, Rosalina. Hi, Dr. Kelly. Yeah, I'm the only one who cares about you. Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how this playthrough goes. Maybe you will be the only one who cares about me. I have no idea. And then we made the vast different decision to go in without telling Tabitha about it. Wait, how is Duke and Gretchen alive? Oh, I had the buff stat. If you have the... I can't remember what it's actually called, but the strength one? The strength perk? You can save both of them. Because that's what your skills do. It basically gives you a different... Yeah! It gives you... The skills you pick give you a different save depending on... like an additional save depending on where you are and what you're doing. But yeah. With the buff strength one, do you just have freakishly long arms? No, what happens is, like it was showing, it's like you grab the shotgun, you kick the ditch sling, you turn around, you pick up a rock, and you fling it at the other one, and then you nail it between the eyes, and Gretchen's able to struggle free. It's really cool. Cool, I'm doing that. Hell yeah! Yes, and then we go down, and then I hear, and then I see stuff, and then I faint. Then Rosalina, and then we get the kids out. And I don't have the keen eye, doesn't go with that anymore. Okay, I'm going back to the blankets by. Yes! Be cozy, be warm! And Tabitha's unhappy with us because I didn't call to tell her anything. Which is kind of valid. I didn't mean to, you know, well, I mean, I did. My character is another matter entirely. Yeah. That being said, there's also one to save the kids. It used to be Keen Eye. It's not Keen Eye anymore. Part of me does kind of understand why they changed it. Like, first of all, they're the devs. They can do whatever they want. This is their game. But I do kind of wish that Keen Eye had stayed what it was along with Street Smarts because they flipped them. Countess Cassie, hello. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. This is a visual novel. It's also a horror game, and goddamn, it is so story rich. Your choices matter in ways I can't even begin to explain because, like, at the very start of the game, you were given a choice. Well, you're given a couple of choices, but one of them is to whether or not to accept a bag of peanuts from a stranger. You could have a peanut allergy, which will affect you later. You'll be like, I can't eat peanuts, so I can't have PB&J. I can have a jelly sandwich, but I can't have peanuts. Or like, oh, you made these stacks? Oh, no choices. I'm so indecisive. I have played through this game so many times just to make different choices. I have saved at different points just to make different choices. And the story, the choices, the music, the everything. And so, as you could kind of see, unfortunately, is one of the choices was to get the kids out of this mine, which, you know, they went into to play hooky, they were underage drinking, and we went to get them out. Two of them ventured further in, and Rosalina here begs us to go back and save the other two, because she knows where they are, so we run further into the mines, we get the other two, we all run out, but Rosalina is caught in the cave-in, and we are not able to get them all out safely. And now we wake up. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as your eyes flit open. You manage to survive the second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck on your skin. My Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough was over 400 hours because I had to try out all the choices. Yeah, valid. That's much of what I do with this game. Just the choices. And here, like, we can take a shower or not take a shower. If you don't take a shower, people will eventually start calling you stinky. But I'm taking a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. Also, please behold the bathroom you're having to put up with while staying with your cousin. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, and these are all the thoughts you can choose to have. And I like the order of this because this is like probably what's at the top of your head. Then you have to scroll all the way down to like different ones. Think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. Scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories from your skin as if they're a part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning, the worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne and wonder how many times he's watched you unseen. Creepy! Think about someone special. Think about finally being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. Shower thoughts? Exactly. We're gonna scrub. You scrub ferociously, trying as much to scrape the memories from your skin as though they're part of the physical dirt that coats you. Also, just to add, this is hand-drawn. On paper. Then scanned in. Colored digitally. But yeah, hand-drawn. You're done here. You dry off and turn off the faucet. Time to start your day. But yeah, this, hand-drawn on one piece of paper. She just does this. We're gonna check on the opossum. This is Dustin. There are 2 of them now. Wave at them. Wave down at the opossums. They look up at you. And we're just gonna leave the possums alone. This is Dustin's mom. Bye, guys. You have enough of the growing family of opossums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. Gonna look out the window. You hold your breath as you approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. Yeah, we had somebody lurking in the garden. I don't know why we don't close the blinds, but whatever, I guess. If there are enough of them, will it be possum posse? I hope so. I hope there's a possum posse. It's the same view. Let me turn back. We're gonna check the closet. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? Keen eye. No, it hasn't. So this is what the traits also do. They let you see or notice different things, give you different choices throughout the game. So not only can you have the same abilities and get different results, but you could have different abilities and get different results or similar results. There's a reason I have hundreds of hours in this game. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Now we can message the group chat, text Stella, or text Kanika. I'm gonna just text Kanika. You pull out your phone to text Kanika. How are you holding up? Wanna hang out? How are things with Miles? You know what? We're gonna send her a photo of an exhausted Ben Affleck. Because what better way to converse with someone than the power of memes? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Alright. And now we're just gonna head downstairs. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. Hello! Behold the hand-drawn kitchen. Like, I seriously can't go over a lot of this stuff without just hand-drawn. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. This is our cousin. She is not happy with us right now. Hello? Good morning. I'm Janie. I'm just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Blaze. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie. But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy that part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company. What with everything that's... Janie! Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot. You're lucky that wasn't you. What were you thinking going down there without me? Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible has wound up happening to you, so you're coming with me. Take your foot? Jesus, Tabitha, you're not wincing words. What, you rather I sugarcoat what happened? You'd rather say I say, unfortunately, they weren't able to save the leg? That kid was brave. She was horrifically punished for it. Sparing the grisly details does her a disservice for her own comfort. That wasn't exactly what I meant, but I can't exactly elaborate, so anyway. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I had nothing to do with? I wasn't Okay. You know, I wasn't trying to make you guilty, Tabitha. Bat! Bat, 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 bat. Anyway. Alright, let's go. Great. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearrange anything. I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. I think you caught Tabitha on the wrong foot. I really did, yeah. See, she's not happy with the fact that we went into the mines yesterday and didn't call her in advance. Because she very much appreciates it if you call her and give her a heads up. But then, you know, different things happen if you don't call her. So I'm just like, oh, what do we do? But yeah, we're not making a great impression so far. Oh, Blaze, before I go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now. Then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. You know, let's keen-eye this up. You only come in once a week, right? What do you do with the rest of your time? Oh, odd jobs mostly. Weeding gardens, cleaning houses, watching kids, that sort of thing. My husband's a pastor, so a lot of my time's spent at the church and doing things for the community. Poor Daniel, he's been going absolutely stir-crazy since we moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. It's the rats. I'm not even kidding. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk to you through your worries. Wait, you've been married to the creepy youth pastor over here? No. I'm not really religious. That's alright. My Daniel likes to talk with all sorts of people. He just wants to extend support to anyone who needs it. Feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door's always open. You keep giving me this look. I will drag out this conversation even more, Missy. Why do you clean the place? See? You were warned. Huh. I don't really ask myself that sort of question. It's a job, I get paid, and of course I've known the family for a while, so it seemed like a decent thing to do to make a little extra money. Plus, maybe one of these days she'll let me really spruce up the place. Can you imagine it back in its full glory? It's a lot of work, but what a project. Janie, unless you know how to, like, you know, lay tiles and shit like that. I mean, maybe she does for all I know. Maybe she's good with grout. Could be wrong. Keep dreaming, Janie. Enough dawdling. We're leaving. Okay. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin, unsurprisingly, more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know, the kind of tea Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it's called. Quit interrogating me about tea blends. Jeez. Tabitha, I was actually just trying to have a conversation with you. Like, I like tea. I was like, hey, what kind of tea you like? White tea, green tea, black tea, fruit, flower, floral. Like, there's lots of kinds. I thought you'd be more into coffee, but, you know. After everything that's happened the past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine! Okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you would never have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. They really wouldn't, Tabitha. Let's see. What are you burying? Is this tiny paws struggling? Oh, the saves I have made. Yeah, this is another proof as to how much I've played this game. 180 saves! True strength is not being afraid to show when you're struggling. Being able to pick things up and put them down doesn't make you an expert of strength of character. What I said still has a point. Come on already, let's go. Oh, this is Sybil's new song. They changed up her soundtrack. Oh, I love the music people make for this. How's the... Okay, I'm turning this up just a little bit. Okay, how's that? Hopefully not too loud. Hopefully not too quiet. I love the music. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smell of old wood and steamy herbal tea floods your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. I hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Blaze, if you'd keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. Is Kanika okay? Of course, she just needs time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow. They both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with the tinkling of bells. That's not a shut door, but alright. No, we could try and listen in. We're apparently going to be obvious about it, I guess. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. I know, Miles. Apparently, subtlety isn't in my dialogue this time. I know it took a little longer than you'd hoped, but this was fairly short notice. Sybil pauses a moment. Pauses, and a moment later, you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. She and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices hushed. You can only make out bits and pieces of what they're saying. Is there... Yes, make sure this is all... Not inside. Outside, then. Don't assume you know. I know what I'm... Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another patron. Or in this case, another two patrons. Hello! Well, powerful build. You've never seen the man beside Duke before, but whoever he is, he's big. If it ain't Blaze. Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. She was there with me at that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Hope you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. How's Bertie doing? She's hanging in there. We managed to cut that little critter out of her and stitch her back up, but she ain't happy about her situation. We got her set up with a heat lamp. Been trying to feed her all her favorite foods, scrambled eggs and whatnot, but she hasn't been too interested. At least she's not out in them woods. Things have gotten fucking worse. I did hear whispers about what happened up at them mines last night. So sorry to hear about poor little Rosalina. Scarlet Harlow ain't safe this week, it would seem. How have you been? Having you in there? Oh, can't complain. Now that we know what's been getting at the chickens, them things won't so much as step foot on my property. Not with Bo and me watching the perimeter with our shotguns at the ready. We'd even set the missus up with her pistol. Good thing we was watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make off with Big Betty. As if he could carry off a nearly 2,000-pound pumpkin on his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to the state fair anyway. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie. I don't think Mom has a tin big enough for a Big Betty-sized pie, Daddy. Make several. Also, don't worry about it. Who's Julius again? The name rings a bell. Julius Tremaine. He practically spits the name. Some cousin however many times removed, though I don't claim him as kin. He owns the farm next to ours, except he doesn't seem to have a good grasp on whose property is whose. I think he owns half our land, always sneaking around and taking vegetables we planted. Of course, the way he tells it, we're the ones stealing from him, saying he's the one putting the seeds in the ground. He's a miserable old cuss, and he knows it too. Stealing vegetables born of other folks' hard labor is probably the only joy he has in his life. So those things we saw on Monday are apparently called ditchlings. They're supposedly a bad omen, and I need a sip of water. Ditchlings? Sounds like some old folktale. Suppose that suits them. As for being an omen, I believe that too. But I suppose there's not much to be done if they're forewarning some kind of disaster, besides looking out for me and mine. Still, I appreciate you telling me, Blaze. Have you seen any of them around your farm? Like, I know we already talked about this. Can we go back to it? Yeah, we saw a few of them critters. They got scared off before I could start shooting. Nasty little buggers. We've all been losing sleep making sure we could keep an eye on the things. It's even rubbing off on the hens. None of the little ladies have been laying this week. You know, Daddy, I bet some big mastiff could keep things away. Seems like just the kind of job for a guard dog. Now don't you start again. We ain't getting a dog. I got enough mouths to feed, and as much as you'll say you'll take responsibility, I know it'll be me cleaning up after it. Besides, I don't have much faith in those things would be stopped by a dog. I saw more than a few in that nest. Nice seeing you, Duke. It was a pleasure running into you, Blaze, but we'd best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from the farm without those little devils running around. Can't leave Mama all up by herself there for very long either. You have a good one. Hope Scarlet Hollow treats you better from now on. It's gonna get worse, but thank you all the same. It was nice meeting you, Blaze, and please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her, Mama. They shuffle off into the aisles. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Sliding into DMs, are we? Smiley face. If you want to hang out, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. Yeah, plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. Now here's the thing. We have many options. But what I kind of missed on my first playthrough somehow, don't ask me how, I just missed it. We're ditching Tabitha to do this. So we can either wait for Tabitha, see how all that pans out, or we could go anywhere else. And one thing I want to do is go after Kanika. Because, again, we are trying to see Kanika, but with how things have been going, I am tempted to see what happens with Tabitha. Like, double temptation is there. Double temptation. Oh, also, please. See, this is Spoons. This is also the creators. I don't know the names of the axolotl and the snake, but these are all three of these are her pets. And yes, she hand drew all these little knickknacks and baubles and bread and everything else. Okay, so we just saved. We're likely going to make the situation with our cousin worse by going to talk to Kanika, because again, we are here for Kanika this time round. I don't even know if it's going to work, because I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time I tried to do this, and I ended up romancing Oscar because Kanika was just not interested. So onwards! There she is. You follow the directions Kanika texted you, and soon find yourself in a disused parking lot behind the shuttered shops on Main Street. Tabitha is mad anyway. She is. She big mad. She many mad. She's sitting alone in the back of her van. But she notices you lurking on the edge of the parking lot and waves, her troubled expression brightening into a smile. Hey, you made it. Hop on in. Keen eye. There's something different about Kanika today. She seems tired, her usual alertness gone, and her eyes unfocused as they settle on you. Also, Madoka, Digimon, Cardcaptor Sakura, and I think that's her, Reese, and Stella. Also, in case you wonder what month it is, it's October. Sorry if this is a weird place to hang out. I'm, taking a mental health day. I kinda need some space from the store. Plus, I feel like ass. I'm exhausted and a little out of it. Yeah. I must have... Taking another sip. Hang on. Must have inhaled too much coal dust last night. Well, you look great. Are you trying to lay down the charm on me? Maybe it's working. Keep it up and see. I will gladly take your invitation. Do you think that something in the mines made you sick? Kanika reflects on your question and shudders. I was chalking it up to spending too much time breathing in that old mine dust. With whatever happened to Wayne. I don't want to think about it. Are you sick? You could just be a philosophical weirdo. I've never been sick in my life. I feel great. I'm tired, but I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm okay. I don't think so, but oh no, what if I am sick? How does one know if they're sick? What even is sickness? I think we'll just go with, I've never been sick in my life. Okay, I think that's a relief. Normal sick and coal dust induced asthma I can handle. Skin melting off? Not so much. That's pretty valid. Very valid of you. I don't wanna experience that either. What's going on with you and your folks, if it's okay for me to ask? She sighs. Are you sure you want me to get into it? I don't want to dump all of that drama on you. Ooh, this one's interesting. Hang on. Save. We've only known each other for a couple of days. Are you sure you trust me like that? Yeah, I don't know. There's just this vibe you give off. I feel like I can really talk to you. With what we went through last night, I feel like that's the sort of thing that binds people together, even if we were strangers before. That's pretty valid, not gonna lie. So after I got home last night, I had to deal with my brother. He really made me feel like I was the bad guy, especially once we got home. Like what happened to Rosalina was my fault. And Mom didn't help. She never does. She always takes his side, saying he's young and allowed to make mistakes that I could never dream of getting away with. When we told her what happened, she just said the same shit she always does about family and getting along and sent us to bed with tea. Her favorite method of conflict resolution. As if a little hot leaf water ever really helped anybody. Not in this regard, anyway. What is her deal with tea, her and tea, anyway? I don't know if you've seen the sign in the tea room, but apparently tea is life. It's like she thinks that she's some kind of witch. Kind of bowled over this morning, though. She wound up blaming me for letting Miles sneak off into the mines, saying that if I'd been working like I was supposed to, he wouldn't have gotten into trouble. That's bullshit! Like I'm supposed to be in charge of a sullen teenager every second of the day. While working! And it's not like I don't care. I'm always stressing out about that kid, or the store, or the million other little things I'm supposed to deal with. None of this should be on me. These are the best years of my life, and I'm wasting them on this dying town, keeping a store afloat while my mom just messes around with her little herbs or whatever. I made it out of here, damn it. I'd gotten into grad school. I was good at it. I was going to graduate with honors and everything. But Dad died and I came back for the funeral. Then I had to stick around just to help Mom sort out a few things. First it was 1 month and then 2. And now, here I am, over a year later, and those few things became my life. I don't want to be this person. If I could, I'd just drive this van all the way to the coast, lie down on the beach, and never come back. What about Stella and Reese? Look, when it comes to Reese, I love the dude, but I haven't seen him in person in a long time. Hardly a reason to stay here. Stella, though, she was so happy when I came back. I mean, she was a little upset about the circumstances, but she missed me so much. I just haven't made time for her. I know she understands why, but I feel just awful driving off and then leaving things like this. It sounds like you already know what you want to do. Kanika is quiet for a moment, staring out at the overgrown parking lot. Yeah, you're right. Maybe tomorrow. Stella made all those ghost hunting plans. I can't just skip out on her like that. But yeah, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. You should come with me. God, and of course I feel like an asshole for talking about all of this now, over the morning after the mine collapse. But I guess that's what pushed all of this over the edge. Nothing like a major disaster to make you question the direction your life has taken, right? I wouldn't have met you if you hadn't stuck around. It's not all that bad. You're right. I guess some good things can come from messed up situations. I'm serious, by the way. If I leave town tomorrow, when I leave the town tomorrow, you should come with me. Ghost hunting plans, but then there was this update. Yeah! How are you doing after last night, aside from the family stuff? Not great, if you couldn't tell by now. At least I was able to get to sleep once the adrenaline wore off, even if I barely felt like I got any rest at all. Before things got heated with my folks, Mom gave me some more of this tea that's supposedly good for, I don't know, recovery, rejuvenation? Must have been caffeinated or something because it did not help me fall asleep. She sucks at tea then. But it's kind of helping with the headache. At least it tastes good. That, you know. What about you? I feel guilty. After everything that's happened the past couple of nights, I just feel guilty. Like I don't deserve to be doing okay when other people have suffered so much. Me too, but that's just survivor's guilt, right? We shouldn't let it get to us. You haven't done anything wrong. We did our fucking best, and I'm taking more sippies. Hydrate, everybody. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. Have you heard about what happened to Rosalina? They apparently had to do an amputation. Holy shit. I knew that injury looked serious, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. That poor kid. I guess it's good that we all got out of there. It probably could have gone a lot worse. I know it could have. Holy shit, it could have. It's easy for me to say. I'm not the one in hospital right now. It's just not fair. It's really not. Are we still going over to Reese's place today? Oh, right. With everything going on, I almost forgot. Yeah, I think that's around 4? Here's hoping he's still up for it. I'm dying to know what he's been up to in that little dungeon of his. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about the guy, even with everything else that's been going on. He's so mysterious. I can't wait to meet the strange basement man. I'm glad you found his Phantom of the Opera vibes intriguing. It's probably going to be good for him to meet new people. Maybe it'll get him to leave his underground fortress every now and then. Any tips for making a good impression? I don't think you need to worry about making a good impression. If I know Reese, he'll be way too worried about his own shit to even think to be offended by anything you say. Even if you insult his art, he'll probably just think he deserves it, the poor guy. Don't do that, by the way. It would be like kicking a puppy. Hey, as long as it's not AI, all art is valid. Because fuck AI. What kind of art does he do? Really dark stuff. It's good, though. The guy's terrible at getting it out there. Not that I blame him, but it's the sort of stuff that'll blow up the second he dies. Which is sad. Which hopefully won't be for a very long time. Sorry to get a little macabre, but... Sorry to get a little dark, and I'm just gonna take a sip of my water. Let's pretend I pronounced that correctly. I don't really want to shit talk his mom. Like, pop that bubble already? Yes! Seriously, give me a sledgehammer. I will. I don't feel like giving his mom shit. Like, I don't even know the woman. So we remain silent. So, ghost hunting tonight. That's why I'm still here, right? I'm still pretty sure there are no such thing as ghosts, but I'm starting to lose a little bit of that conviction. After last night, after seeing those ditch things in the road, Kanika visibly shudders. Here's hoping it's just the pipes or something. I don't need to see any more supernatural shit this week. If you want that, we need to leave right now. If we can. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think we can leave right now. Well, shit. Go into a coma. Just knock yourself out. That's the only way not to proceed anymore, so supernatural shit. I'm just looking forward to helping Oscar feel safe in his house, whether there's a ghost or not. I want to help him and Rosalina feel comfortable moving back in. Same here, that poor kid. I just hope this hasn't been too traumatic for her. I thought you were a skeptic. You seem a lot more open about the supernatural than you were yesterday. A true skeptic is also skeptical of their own biases, and always ready to admit when they're wrong. I'm going in with an open mind. Hell fucking yeah, girl! Besides, I've always wanted to believe in magic. Like, back when we were kids and still making videos together, I was embarrassingly into it. There are probably still videos on YouTube of middle school me genuinely trying to transform into a Sailor Scout. Girl, do you have any idea how valid that is? Please don't look them up. I won't, but you're still valid, girly pop. I thought that if magic was real and I figured out how to use it, I'd actually be able to leave this town. Kanika stares at the ground, embarrassed. I just wanted to get isekai'd, you know? First of all, that's so valid of you, but hey, you managed to yeet yourself, you know? You went to college. I mean, yeah, you got hauled back, but that's also not your fault, and we'll get to that in several chapters. I guess being good at school was enough to make that happen in its own way. Even if I wound up stuck in the same hole I'd managed to dig myself out of. Yeah, see? There you go! I'm not sure about this one. I'll save before asking the last one. Well, I leave tomorrow, though. If you're serious about getting out of here, it should be today. I can't let Stella down like that. And before you say anything, this is different than the stuff with my family. I like Stella. That's fair. I checked. No Kanika Sailor Scout. Dang it. A soft breeze blows across the lot as you and Kanika share a quiet moment. Both of your phones buzz in unison. You reach for them at the same time. Oh my god, I overslept! I almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day! Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet you all there in half an hour. Look at her though. She's just like, yep, that's my friend. Excited for Mayor Jimmy Day. Wow, I totally blanked on the Mayor Jimmy thing. It's almost like we just went through a traumatic event or something and I'm not on top of my schedule. Yeah. But Stella's right. This gives us a chance to meet up with Oscar, and Mayor Jimmy's awful cute. But is he as cute as me? He's a different kind of cute. I don't think you'll have to worry about him as potential competition, if that's what you're getting at. Anyway, we'll chill with Mayor Jimmy, go to Reese's for dinner, then go do some ghost hunting tonight. Thank God we have so much going on today. I really needed the distraction. And thanks for letting me vent earlier. It helped. Shall we? Yeah. I was expecting a lot more talk about, like, my cousin and shit, and conversations about stuff, and just... I mean, I was more than happy to just let her talk and everything, but just... Huh. Again, the differences, the conversations, how they change and everything. It's just like... I love it. I love it so much. The differences. Also, again, wrong button. Go back. Go back. See these books? Hand-drawn. Bookshelves, hand-drawn. This was not a brush. Hand-drawn. Hand-drawn. Gretchen. This is Gretchen, by the way. There's also Pixel, but I think Pixel is behind Kanika at the moment. You and Kanika make your way to the library. It's busier than usual, and a small crowd has formed in a corner of the main foyer. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Blaze to the mayor for, like, the entire time I've known her. I've never gotten to introduce someone to the mayor before. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? Oh, I don't get to introduce Pixel. Never mind. He's a dog! Look at him. He's Mayor Jimmy. Gretchen is not happy about this. Kenai, not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Yeah, I met the serious man by his side, but you have to assume that he's the mayor's handler. It's the whole Secret Service get up. He holds out his paw, as if to shake your hand. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches allowed. But that would knock off his hat! How dare you? That explains all the sticks in front of the building. That's a good point! It does explain all the sticks in front of the building. Isn't he just the cutest? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, and Winnie's Biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small town community, of course. But having a dog mare is a close fifth, no contest. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. She did not like him. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. Should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. You can have the ability to talk with animals so you know exactly why they don't get along. It's hilarious and great. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Dog cookies. And off we go, like a herd of turtles. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. White man jump scare! Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Blaze? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. I doubt Perlini's in a better place. It sounds like she was awful.
She was, by the way. She was a bitch. And that's putting it lightly.
Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. She was terrible. Most people are good deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead.
But she was a bitch.
Janie mentioned you this morning. Don't smile like that. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. I don't know if I should just say it to his face. I should go. I'm just gonna Commander Shepard out of this. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. Don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just thought I'd extend the offer in case you needed someone to talk to. The church's doors are open if you ever change your mind. Have a blessed day, Blaze. I wasn't even able to tell him about the Kanika stuff.
So much isn't happening this time round. It's so different.
The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. No, he doesn't. He's fucking gone. Nothing to do now but to catch up with your companions. Go after them. Oh my god. Poor Rosalina. I can't even imagine how scary this has to be for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication. So I'm not sure how she's going to feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad, but she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. I should have done more for her. No, you don't have to beat yourself up over this. She's actually been talking about you all morning. She's really happy that you were able to help her and all her little friends. She keeps saying how much she wants to bake you a cake. Of course, we need a real kitchen for that, not just a hot plate. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I'd better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there'd been some big bus accident on the highway and they need the beds, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place. And Mayor Jimmy Day is happening? Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. Do you have any idea how understandable that is, my dude? Also, holy shit, the hand-drawn perspective this woman does. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. You can always go ahead and do a ghost bust or whatever we're calling it while you're out. She'd be able to go right back to her room as soon as she gets back. That's probably a good idea, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any busting attempts are gonna have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple of times, and I cannot handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. We have the power of friendship on our sides. And anime. And this god Heck yeah, we do. If anime has taught me anything, it's that the power of friendship is unstoppable. That's a lovely sentiment. I'm sure Rosalina will at least be glad to know you all did your best to help her. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see you then. Goodbye, Oscar.
And Scooby Snacks, that's a good point.
Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not going to try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Geez, should we tell him? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe we just play it by ear. Anyway, shall we? Time to go. No, we're talking first. So, I finally met Pastor Daniel. It's only a matter of time until he pulled you aside for grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. Oh, I hadn't found out about the information yet. My bad, I couldn't say anything yet. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't even know where he finds so many. Yeah, his vibes were weird vibes. Glad you feel the same way. There's just something about the way he's always smiling. It's so creepy. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. I'll never forget that. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. Yeah, also, if he was grinning all the way through a funeral, that would be a little unsettling and unnerving. That's exactly how I would describe it, too. The whole town feels the same way now that I think about it. He must be pretty lonely. He could look for friends somewhere else. You know what? Should we invite Avery to go ghost hunting? Oh, huh. Sure, I guess. The more the merrier, right? Maybe there'll be an extra voice of reason. We won't be much help to Oscar if we start jumping at our own shadows. Cool. I'll text them on the way over to Reese's. Now for whether or not we bring Tabitha, because that's another thing. Do we leave Tabitha out of yet another thing? Oh. Because, like, I already ditched her today. Do I ditch her and not tell her what's going on? Or, like... Oh... What about Tabitha? It's Kanika, please. What about her? You're not planning on inviting her, are you? Oh my god, yes! Can you imagine how fun that would be if she actually shows? Stella, come on. You know... I know you think you have some sort of bond with her, but she's awful. She isn't even nice to you. You just haven't given her a chance. Maybe if she comes along tonight, the two of you will finally get along. No. What do I do? Oh, she's gonna be so pissed at me if I don't invite her. But then what if Kanika's not happy with me? Okay. On the chance of going back again, I'm gonna save. Oh, this is such a hard decision. You know what? I want to see what the difference is. I'm inviting her. Kanika sighs as you shoot your cousin a text to invite her to the evening's ghost hunt. Alright, I guess she's your family and she'll probably be too busy at the mines to even show anyways. Aw, don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, we'll have the rare opportunity to forge a deep and lasting bond of friendship between you two. Just their faces! She's so fucking hopeful. I've only known her for an hour, but Tabitha always seems to be pissed. Yes. That's almost all you need to know about Tabitha. She pretty much is always pissed. Anyway, to Reese's! Alright, shall we head out? Roll out! Autobots, Decepticons, whatever you are, let's go! The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. But yeah, Tabitha's pretty much just always pissed. Alright, where are you? Because you've been here before. Okay, I don't think you're here right now. He's been here before. But I don't think he's here right now. I don't see him anyway. Alright. I'll have to look another time. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Stella, you don't get to decide that at somebody else's house. Like, I can get that, but, like, if I was getting ready for people, I'd just, like, please, show up when you say you're gonna show up. Maybe, you know, just, anxiety. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's Reese! Behold the man with no organs! He's actually not that bad. He just looks it, though. He does look very skinny. It's not as bad as the usual people without organs. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Technically. Shh, it's okay. It's too late. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages! You must be Blaze, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I get all the Blaze updates. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella. And you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I know we promised not to bring the dog and to bring ginger ale, but it seems we've done neither of those things. So, yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. Dog stays outside. But it's okay. It's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. But we go everywhere together. I know she's your therapy dog, honey. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. Well, what about you, Blaze? Are you coming in? Sure. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging from the walls, you'd be half convinced you wandered into a real estate showing. Not that you can really see much of the unsettling art at the moment. It is there. We will see it shortly. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we could have a quick dinner, and you could leave my house and go about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. Something explodes. Down the stairs we go. And here we have the art and the paintings. Very Goya-esque. Which you can actually say in this game depending on the traits you take, which I really do appreciate because it is very Goya-esque. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all of his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases lined its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls and paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. No, speaking of fucking AI, I don't want your AI viewers. Get out of here with your link. Get banned and reported, you little shit. AI viewers over here. No. But yeah, look at this. Imagine hand drawing all these tiny little fairy lights. Like the bricks, the cross hatching, the tiles, the bathroom, the little skull. You've come to the right channel, yeah. Your art. There sure is a lot of it. Never mind. It's like, dude, this fucking slaps. Thank you, Blaze. I don't really make my art for other people, so it's always a nice surprise when it resonates with someone, especially considering how personal these pieces are to me. Having other people look at them sometimes feel like I'm having them look over a raw wound. You know, I've still got that painting I stole from you back in high school. I even took it to college with me. You make good stuff, dude. Oh no, you should get rid of that old thing. It's ancient. Knowing there are people out there who might see something I made in high school is horrifying. Mood. But also kill the part of you that cringes. Cringe is dead. No way, it's rad and people compliment it all the time. You could gain a real following if you ever posted these online, you know. Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late-night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. I don't know how you do it, Stella, having to exist in front of all those people all the time? Knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. I mean... kind of looks at the fact that I'm streaming this on Twitch. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is a live stream during ghoul hours, when am I supposed to be able to see what you've been working on? Vods! Just watch it the next day, unless he doesn't have Vods set up, because then that's... yeah. Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. And maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead. I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. Choices. Look at all these choices. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened these past couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? Doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to... There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. Well, we're talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Yeah. Ditchlings. Do you have any thoughts on ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Yeah, that's a ditchling. He pulls out a sketchbook from the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? That he's close to the woods, his window's there, they can't get in, and so they just vibing out for no. I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. I don't know, do you think the town's doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. Yeah. I'm not gonna mention Wayne. We're gonna leave it at that. Your whole situation's gotta be rough. Sorry. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. You come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be. You're so macabre, Breeze. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath of it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box, just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. I'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art, and I'm doing fine. Really. What's your diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind, though the answer isn't very illuminating. It's not one particular thing, but a whole mess of nasty little things that just add up to one big diagnosis of bad genes. Guess I pulled the losing card on the DNA lottery. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird, like this. Okay, heads up for the fact that he's gonna stretch the skin on his arm. I don't know how else to put it. It's hyperelasticity. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. Okay, it's over. Hyperelasticity. Kind of cool, right? Whoa! Does that not hurt? Nope, it feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. So the three of you go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. So the school here is tiny, K through 12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but it's not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. I gotta get ready for an appointment, so I'll lurk now. Hell yeah! Good luck with your appointment, and thank you for the lurk! Hope you've been enjoying it. Wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Because why the fuck not? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best of luck leaving the house lately. Even if just walking to town has been enough to put me in bed for a week, it sucks. Make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Have you heard of a wheelchair, my guy? You can't walk down to the thing? We put you in a chair with wheels. Like, I know it's not good for the basement because there's stairs, and I know we gotta take the stairs down to get out. But once we get to that point, we go. And you can either push yourself or we'll push you, whatever you're comfortable with. Because, you know, you don't take the handles of somebody else's, oh god, I forgot the name. I was literally just talking about it. It's a fucking wheelchair. Don't grab the handlebars of somebody else's fucking wheelchair. There we go. I finally got the sentence out. Wheelchairs. Don't touch the handlebars. Unless they ask you to. Don't just grab it out of nowhere. Obviously, I guess some emergency situations pending, but, you know. Don't do that. It's rude and probably terrifying for them. Just don't do it. But yeah, we'll put you in a wheelchair. We'll get you, like, one that can fit your exceedingly lanky limbs. And then we'll just wheel you about. Or you wheel yourself about. We'll see how it goes. Anyway. You know what? Movie Rex, why not? It's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shi no Chi, Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. Maybe we could do a movie night later this week. Oh my god, yes! We haven't had a movie night in years! Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Again, I don't really want to shit talk his mom. So dinner's gotta be ready now, right? Hey! Almost on cue, Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. Don't anyone sharing their germs. We're not hand feeding your son, but very well. Sure thing, Doc. Yes, ma'am. Off I go. Also, just like the art in the hallway. Like, is that Reese? I wonder if that's Reese. Because I mean, I think it has to be Reese, actually. Make your way down. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different older house. More than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn as if hypnotized. A little distracted looking at what is that? It's hard to tell what some of these are. But that might be a heart. And open the door, 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 open the door. You do have a different option if you choose a certain trait, but I do not have that trait. So we are going to open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well? I'm looking for the bathroom? So you passed by the open door that's clearly a bathroom and went snooping around? Come on, get washed up. Everyone's waiting for you. Where did everybody else wash their hands, actually? Because why didn't the three of us just, shuffle to the bathroom together to wash our hands? Also, don't doubt my ability to get completely lost. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Powerful build. It's a position of authority, where her height gives her a vantage point over everyone else. No one at this table does anything without her noticing. It almost feels like, despite the presence of your friends, this is strictly a conversation between you and the doctor. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. Dry, poor guy. Give him a drink, but we forgot the ginger beer. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is this pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I worked too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want to try any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know I... No thanks, Stella. I have the internet for if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. This is just plain, like, you can only have the pasta. Also, just, like, throwing this out there. Reese! What exactly does he have? He has a combination of genetic diseases that give him a fragile immune system, among other things. It's too much to get into, and a lot of technical terms that I'd have to explain. It's not good dinner talk, and it can't be pleasant for him to have to hear it again, so let's drop it. I'm fine talking about it. I'd rather we talk about something else. Keen eye. The doctor's eyes briefly nervously glance toward her son before flitting back into a position of annoyance. You can't help but feel like what you saw went beyond compassion, worry to be genuine fear. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill, honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. Oh, we're walking on eggshells. Whoa! Thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over, hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through. Honestly, it was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. Fun smile. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. Keen eye. There's suddenly a wistful look in her eye, like she's glimpsing back to some brighter time in her life. Kanika softens too, her shoulders lowering from their defensive place by her ears. They always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imagination that week. Keen eye. The glimmer of joy at the corner of her eyes fades. Her glower returns to it in its place. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh God, no, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Did you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw on the media, and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of the things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. How well do you know Tabitha? Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edwardine died so young. Hopefully your mother was better about taking you to doctor visits. Depending on how you go about this, you can tell her exactly how many times you have or have not been to the doctors. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early. La la la. seen any weird, hairless creatures scurrying around in the woods at night? I don't tend to go wandering into the woods after dark, so no. Understandable common sense, to be completely honest. You don't have to go all the way into the woods. They've been coming up to our windows at night. They've been... what? There are these things called ditchlings. They've been preying on the local wildlife, and Blaze and I found a whole nest of them the other night when we... Oh, I see. They're some of your little cryptozoological creatures. I know it sounds pretty out there, but I've seen these things in person. We're not messing around. They're out there laying eggs in animals and doing God knows what else. And here I thought you finally managed to get an even head on your shoulders, Kanika. No, don't be mean to her. She doing her best. Seems like Stella might be a bad influence on you. I know her little stories can be convincing, but that's only because she's managed to so thoroughly convince herself. She's not making up stories. Neither is Kanika, and neither am I. All you have to do is look outside after dark. There have been more every night. We also have photos on our phones. Can we show you? Can we interest you into some photographic proof? Do you want to go outside right now? Or like in 5 minutes after we eat dinner? I don't know how fast everyone's going to eat dinner, so maybe not to 5 minutes. After dinner, we could just, stick our heads out the window, look outside. They're all pale and doughy in their faces. They're like sculptures of humans that didn't set right. I see. You stay up too late painting your grisly faces, so you've started seeing them everywhere. I'm sure whatever's outside is just raccoons or... Stop! Stop doubting everything I say! Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit you... what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow, whether you want to face it or not. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. You know what? I'm just gonna zip my fucking whip. You remain silent, quietly picking at store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Blaze is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just be downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the damn basement alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have my friends. Oh. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it! I knew it! I knew this would be too much! Everyone get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now's the time when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that. And he knows that too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. He seemed fine before dinner. It always comes in waves, and I can assure you that right now he's very much not fine. Now leave. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. This looks a little different. Hang on. Hang on, we're just gonna go back just a little bit very briefly. Okay, we're just gonna, you don't mind, maybe stop trying to evolve her things. Oh, you're really angry that I brought it up. I'm sorry. Don't want to keep looking over my shoulder expecting to see her grouchy face sneaking up behind me. This is like the first time! Why mean to me? Wait, I skipped the part, fuck! My bad. Okay, I want to invite her. Great, thanks. You're very upsetty spaghetti about it. Alright, we head out. Yeah, this is kind of... Huh. Oh, it's just because Kanika's standing in the way, so you don't see the wait bit. Okay, yep. Whatever, over nothing. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Did either of you get the impression that Dr. Kelly is afraid of Reese? I could have sworn I saw genuine fear in her eyes for a second there. Are you sure that wasn't just being overprotective? I'm sure that's all that's going on, and she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. If anyone's afraid of anyone in that house, Reese is afraid of his mom. I think you're both reading into things too much. Dr. Kelly is good people. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick. But it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's just grab Gretchen and get going. The sun's setting, and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. We're just looking for ditchlings. Zella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Ditchlings. Wade! I see you, bitch-ass motherfucker. Sip it down. I am drinking so much water when I stream this. Which is a good thing. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding up something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Kanika's right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. Powerful build. Your fists have gotten you this far. If there's something in there, you could take it. Keen eye. Before you enter, a pair of figures in the nearby bush catch your eye. You can't help but feel that with every passing day, the ditchlings grow bolder. Okay, but Keen eye, look in the fucking window, see who else is here. Enter the library. There's Pixel! Pixel! Pet. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark. Its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar! Are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina is situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How's she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back at home, at least. And we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies and paper in case for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Luega board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Stella. No. Like, I'm not exactly a superstitious person, but at the same time, I would not go out into the Appalachians at dark at night and whistle and talk to myself. Like, no. You just don't do that. You just don't do certain things. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Did you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying, and after last night, I'm only more ready to try again. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you could make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing. Always happy to offer a hand or two. Please tell me you aren't taking this as seriously as everybody else. I need someone else to be rational with. Whoa, is this an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered all your bases. Oh no. Hey, I'm as rational as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really explainable stuff on Monday. That mine only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were in it? I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. I've got a bad feeling about this. There were ditchlings out in the bushes outside. Who knows how many more are lurking around here? Are those the monsters you saw in the woods? Just once, I'd like to actually see some of this stuff myself. For better or worse, you will, my dude. Trust me, you don't. If Sybil's right, we're only going to see more of them as time goes on. We can't let them get in the way of things. Why do you all have to look at me like that? Okay, I don't mean to be skipping the dialogue, but everybody just looking at me. I'm like, why? And I didn't save recently. Okay, so we're just... Okay, so we're gonna... We're here. Enter the library. Got a bad feeling in the bushes. This whole town is one big supernatural death trap. Hopefully not a death trap. It's not like anyone has died. Stella! By a hair we got out of the mines yesterday. By a foot we got out of the mines yesterday. Don't. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you can make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. This is everyone. We can go ahead and... Yeah, that's everyone. Wait, what about Tabby? What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. I guess she can catch up when she gets here. Well, if you're all itching to get started, it's through the back. Follow me.
Self-voicing disabled.
What? No, shush! Looks like the sun is almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! You're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina, you're not supposed to be out of bed. Also, for a full proper look as to how well Rosalina is doing right now. This is not my monkey, this is not my circus, this is not my daughter. You decide it's best to let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting, and it's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there, I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've got to learn to walk around eventually, might as well start while I'm still on pain meds. And our house is one story, it's not like I'm climbing Everest. Rosalina, honey. Oscar sighs. The answer is no, Rosalina. You need to rest. As if. I can't get any rest in that crappy little back room. I want our house back. I'm coming with you. Crappy? Since when do you use language like that? We have this taken care of. Nearly half the town is here to help. What are you gonna do, old man? You can't stop me. I'm injured, remember? I'm not that old. You better turn around or I'll ground you. Dad, I'm pretty sure I'm as grounded as I can get, and I'm fine. This doesn't even hurt. I don't feel anything. Sweetie, that's usually not a good sign, but I've chosen not to opt into this conversation. That's because you're on painkillers. Rosa, that doesn't mean that... Rosalina ignores him, grimacing but confident as she hobbles forward on her crutches. Oscar says and does nothing to stop her. Okay. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Aside from a painting on the floor, this living room feels too normal, too human to be haunted. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up the camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startled as the door swings open. Also, please note startled Gretchen. Also, that tea's probably moldy. Oh, right, from pixel scratching. Pixel attacketh the couch. Oh, there's a... Oh, I didn't see those before. There's ditchlings at the window. Oh, I thought that was a paw for a second there. No, that's not the best. Anyway, guess who's here to be mad at... I just noticed Kanika's expression! I'm sorry, I just noticed Kanika's expression. If I didn't already know who was here, I would certainly know from the look on her face. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Hold it! You're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Tabby! I can't believe you had the audacity to give me the slip earlier today, Blaze. I know. But I wanted to see branching options. I've got to save that I can go and still talk with you, and you'll probably just be mad at me and we won't have a great hangout time anyway, but at least I won't have ditched you, I guess. And I wanted to see how Kanika was doing. Also, hey, the trans guy still has transplants on him. After I explicitly asked you not to, at least you did me the courtesy of letting me know exactly where you'd be tonight so I didn't have to waste my time looking for you. Great, she made it. Wow, Blaze, you really brought the whole gang together today. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. Blaze, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? I actually don't know. It doesn't let me have a shrug emoji. I guess I could just be silent about it, but she just wants to make sure I don't get hurt. I guess. I think. Yeah, I'm looking out for my cousin. If you're all gonna drag Blaze into dangerous situations every night, you'll have to deal with having a chaperone. Got it? Okay, sure, the mines were definitely dangerous, but a haunted house? Come on. This is one of the least dangerous things somebody can do. It's basically a slumber party. I hope. I'd say knock on wood, but it's too late. I don't know, Kanika. I usually don't see much action out on the woods, and you know Blaze and I both wound up in a pretty hairy situation Monday night. I don't think we can rule out the possibility of grave danger. Exactly. I'm not underestimating how much danger Blaze can find herself in, even while walking through a perfectly normal house. Thank you! Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? Sure does. I definitely felt that. Same, I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than the other parts of the house. Also, if you haven't been in here for, like you said, a week, it's gonna be cold back here. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Is that it? It's not very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. Alright, gang, I think we will cover more ground if we split up and search for clues. Let's Scooby this shit. Oh, that's the case, then I call dibs on Tabby. Fine, but Blaze is coming along too. The three of us could search the least dangerous room, like the bathroom or a closet. If we Yay! If we're splitting up, I'll be the one sticking by Blaze, Tabitha, not you. Yay! Kanika called dibs on us! Yippee! Not that it matters though, because we're not doing that. Ghost or no, splitting up is always a recipe for disaster. And my frames just died. Frames? Ah, great. The ghosts are already getting my connection. Hang on. Let me, 1 second. Alright, I don't think that's any better. Let me try again. Okay, maybe now? Maybe now it's better? Maybe now the ghosties will stop eating my frames? Yeah, you're probably right. If we discover a ghost here, we should all discover it together. That's not exactly the angle I was going for, but okay. Yo, once we find the ghost, how are we gonna get rid of it? Like, how does one bust such a thing? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars for ectoplasm. And if worst comes to the worst, we can always use the Luega board to politely ask it to leave, because that's how that does not work, girl. Aren't Luega boards supposed to be super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite another demon into the house or something? Yeah. Luega boards are toys. The only power they have is scaring kids at slumber parties. And usually a parent or sibling like messing with the breaker box and turning off all the lights. That too. That sounds like fun to me. We might as well try, right? What's the worst that could happen? You make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Wow, you've never been superstitious, Dad. This ghost has you really freaked out. Okay. Asuka takes a deep breath before continuing, and I take a sip of water. Let's, head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again, like the mines, like the door to the clinic, a dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Eesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the country own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Stella, your house is falling apart. And by Stella, I mean Tabitha. Fucking names. You wouldn't think I'd poured hours upon hours into this game with the way I still mess up names. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count. It just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea! I've never heard of bleach-activated ghosts before. You don't use bleach to clean carpet, Tabitha. You do if you want to ruin it. Whatever. How was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. I mean, that's kind of fair. Actually, just a segue really quickly. I remember when I was a kid, and I was, like, helping clean once. It's like, I was asked to, like, sweep the floor, right? And then my mom got upset at me because I wasn't cleaning the floor right. And I was like, you just gave me a broom and, like, had me go at, like, I wasn't given any instructions. Like, I mean, I was doing my best. Like, I at least had the broom the right way around. I thought I was doing a good job cleaning all the stuff. And then, like, she just takes and, like, angrily sweeps at the floor. It looked like she was doing a really bad job. And I'm just like, okay. It's like, if you don't know, you don't know. Some people aren't taught how to clean things, honestly. And it sucks that, they haven't been taught that, but they can still learn. They can still learn. For all are offering a free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Yeah, we'll get an extractor or something, though. Also, this is blood. Like, in other playthroughs, run-throughs, or whatever, he tells you, like, he's tested it and everything. Blood stinks. It smells. The fact that everyone in here isn't gagging and, like, trying to throw open a window or something, it's like, you smell this, it's like, oh, that's blood! I guess not everybody would know that, but it's just like, it's a very distinct smell. You know the smell of blood. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? No, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for negligence instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood! Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. Can I take a sip of water? I'm gonna have to get more water in a minute. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch on the floor around it stained in reddish brown. Keen eye. There's a broken seal around its edges. Whoever carpeted over this hatch didn't want anyone getting down there. Yeah. Also, that's a lot of blood to, like, see through the padding and then the carpet. Because usually you have some kind of, I don't know what it's called. It's to basically soften the impact, because if you walk on carpet and don't have something underneath it, like, it's a little jarring. Like, it's still very rough, hard, whatever. So usually you put some kind of, like, what is it, rubber insulation, something underneath the carpet. Then you have, like, the wooden things around the sides, which she didn't draw in, which is pretty valid. Then you nail it down like that, and bum. And then, yeah, but I think that's what this is, so yeah, that's a lot of blood to seep through all of that. Anyway. Okay, I can't do that whispering voice too much. But what if there isn't a ghost at all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. There's a broken seal around its edges. Somebody didn't want us down there. Yeah, but how long ago was it sealed up? Whoever did this has got to be long gone, right? There's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look at all the red stuff coming out from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright? You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy? It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through the carpet. It's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's that simple. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Well, you tested it wrong. I love that they both say the same thing at the same time. It can't be blood, right? Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor. And that's why it's so cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations, we've solved your ghost problem. Again, it is actually blood, meaning it stinks to high hell in here. And nobody's acknowledging the smell, I guess. I mean, there are some options. I mean, I think Gretchen points it out. Gretchen's like, this stinks. And it's like, yes, it does. No way. It's an old hatch in the floor that somebody tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I mean, if nothing else, I would probably also want to reassure as to whether or not something's down there, you know? I'm with Stella. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Also, if there is structural damage, like, wouldn't you want to know? Also, I love the poster, The Boys. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh, do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. And with that, I'm going to be right back really quickly because I'm out of water, and we've still got a ways to go. Alright, I return after a brief intermission. Just gotta get resituated in my seat. Technically my couch, but it's my seat on the couch. Alright. Navigating back over here, remembering to turn off the BRB. Alrighty. I hope you all are ready, cause, bug in my face. Here we go. Also, it's pretty much the same, but I do notice that the painting's not there, which is a little interesting, considering. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. Makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Is fainting some kind of weird family thing? Is there a genetic condition I need to be worried about? Not that I'm aware of. Nothing like this has happened before you got to town. Who knows what sort of weird nastiness was festering in that basement? Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there. Clearly, whatever was in that basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. Logically, yes, but you're about to see how much we're not in reality right now. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. The unicorn, the ram, the ditchlings, the birds, the flowers. A lot of this actually has meaning, and I love how much that was put into this. Like, damn. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having a stroke at the same time? Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew. Yeah. Did we die? Don't be so dramatic. I think I'd know if we were dead. Would you? There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look. Wait, do you hear music? Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Huh? I thought Oscar said the county owned this place. Yeah, Stella, it's us. Quit being weird. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardine? Eddie? You gotta be kidding me. Stella, are you okay? You don't look so good right now. You're just pranking us, right? I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Snap her out of it. You grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance. But as you try to pull her shoulders, it's as if she's being held back by invisible ropes. Snap her out of it harder. You pull with all your strength, digging your heels into the strange shifting earth beneath you. You feel the invisible ropes snap. Help! Get me out of here! It hurt! You hear the ropes tighten around her again. Your physical strength is meaningless here. Oh my god. Stella! I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up! Shut up! How do we snap her out of this? I don't know. You yanked her out of it, but it seems like it only lasted for a second. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. Let her go, please. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong turn out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. I'm going after Stella. Your cousin tries to yank your arm back towards the entrance, but you push forward, dragging her behind you as you move. You push forward, ignoring Tabitha's grip on your arm as you follow the path through the thick foliage. The two of you are met by a closed door standing in the middle of the garden's greenery. That's ominous. Let's turn back. Yeah, good idea. The two of you turn around only to be met with the same door. Where are we? I don't think we ever left this annex. Bullshit! This is all bullshit! She storms up to the door, throwing it open. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as a figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figures from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Did you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Her cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Junior, pack your things. Quickly, hurry. Jesus, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. My fucking frames are dying again. This is the worst moment. Maybe you should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Grab Tabitha, turn around, and just leave. You're the master of your own universe, and you won't let this ghost tell you what to do. You approach the nearest door, your cousin staying close at your side. Oh. This is making me sick. It's like being inside an extra painting. You better close the door before I hurl. Look behind you. Step back from the door and look behind you. Your cousin stares at you in horror. You turn to the other side of the door. You walk through the door as it slams behind you, and you find yourself back right where you started. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children, too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Oh. The collapse, Junior leaving, Charlie returning, starting to come together. Great, mystery solved. You can let us go now, Ghost. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. As for you, lady, what makes you think you're gonna be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? God, this sucks. Can't imagine what it must be like to be driven out of your home like this. Maybe it wasn't actually this bad. Maybe it's exaggerating things. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. And what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing too about respecting your elders. Yeah, that old respecting your elders shit is bullshit. Also, 1 second, unfortunately, I need to fix my frames again. This is bullshit. Come on, either Twitch or OBS or whatever's doing this. Not right now. Come on. Alright, maybe? Maybe yes? Okay. Oh, fingers crossed anyway. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out. Unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. You quietly continue listening. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Should be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep, just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in an empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We both died and we're in hell. Who did you call on the phone earlier? Friend of the family. Not that it matters, though. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. There's so many ditchlings here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were such a mess on Monday. Thank you for the validation. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we're not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. Whatever we saw in this room at least happened right after the Shaw mine collapse in 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. You're right. There's only one way to get to the end of this, shall we? Yeah, let's get this over with. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. Just again, the background, the scenery, whatever Tabitha's standing in front of, I'm not exactly sure. You're outside and it's night, a false moon looming massive in the painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Ugh, what magic words do I have to say to get you to let us go? I'm sorry, okay? Whatever my family did to piss you off so much, I'm sorry. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? Kanika, I'll get you out of here, I promise. Don't waste your breath trying to talk to them. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret's safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts, just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? It looks like there's more to this haunting than just the collapse. I don't think I want to know so much about some fling my great-grandmother had. This is definitely too much information. I mean, yes, but Tabitha, no. That's not... Tabitha, no. I understand, but no, Tabitha. And it really has nothing to do with me. Actually, let me just check. Turn this back down a little bit. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? Each choice you make is the choice to not make another one. Da-na-na-na-na. Also, this is really loud. I'm turning this down a bit more. There we go. So it doesn't work out. Pretty pathetic if that's the case. It's not like I'm in a happy relationship, but at least I'm not making it somebody else's problem. That's true. Hang on. What about Enoch? What do you know about Enoch, Tabitha? Our great-great-grandfather. He was in charge of the mines when they collapsed. I don't know much besides that, so don't bother asking. Oh shit, I get both options. Yay! Is the ghost mad because Edwardine and Charlie's romance didn't work out? Pretty pathetic if that's the case. It's not like I'm in a happy relationship, but at least I'm not making it somebody else's problem. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. Damn, even friendship cannot get you out of this one, let alone love. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you can both go free. No more misfortune. Not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the holler. Kanika Mime's handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. What's that about misfortune stepping a foot outside the holler? Is this town cursed? That's where you'll find them. You need her there, and be careful. Good luck to both of you. I hope you get your happiness. Exit stage left. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do until we get to the end, or until we die, whichever. Before the two of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocating flesh, with a tinge of the saturine and stomach-churning scent of decay. Hey, Wade! There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? How did you get in here? You say that like it would be hard. Creatures like this are all smoke and mirrors. No substance, no real power. Just enough to keep you both going in circles. Tabitha grabs your arm, her grip tight and nervous. We're getting out of here. What an unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, Blaze. I don't think that girl is any good for you. Stella, was that her name? Seems she's skilled at finding trouble. Maybe I should pay her a visit soon, if she makes it out of here alive. Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Stella! So, Wade is connected to the ditchlings? He knew something about them. I don't know anything about that. I don't care to find out. But that gets you to stop engaging him in conversation, then sure, he's connected to the ditchlings and he's super evil and bad and talking to him will curse you. Or whatever it is those things are supposed to do. The two of you step out from the brush and into a long wooden corridor lined with bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. So Oscar is Charles Sr. Yeah, Charles Shaw Sr. You should probably know about him by now. Everyone in Scarlet Hollow knows about him. But they don't know about his son. No, they don't. This is honestly the first I'm hearing about the guy. Damn it, Junior. How many times do I have to tell you I tried to stop it from happening? But that damn snake Enoch went behind my back. Oh, what bullshit! Is something on your mind? It was Charles Shaw's fault. That's just a fact. Is that a fact or just what you've been told? It's in the history books. It's fact. That does not make it fact. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. And I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. So wait. This is after the scene with Rosalina and before the scene with Stella? Sounds about right. Then the scene with Kanika. I wonder how many more of these there are gonna be. Damn it, boy, I may not have till morning. Promise me you'll go back. At the very least, show that Enoch bastard what for. Stand in silence. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. This ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears through the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall as the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. The ram, the unicorn. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy, you should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Are the bars metaphorical or are they real? You keep asking me things like I know any better than you do. We've both been seeing the same rooms. You're the one who grew up here. I just thought you might recognize stuff. It's not like this is exactly what the real world looks like, is it? How am I supposed to recognize anything when it's all messed up like this? I don't know, but that was just my reason for asking, so... But anyway, for all we know, none of this even happened. And even if this did happen, who's to say this is even close to an accurate interpretation? You are watching the memories of a dead man. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner, another victim of the Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Is this what's in the Forbidden Wing? The Forbidden Wing is a bunch of old rooms that are dangerously run down. I don't have much perspective on what they were like in their heyday, but going off of what they're like today, they're a terrible place to keep a prisoner. Mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Yes, it seems like your little tryst bore fruit, and oh, will you ever be in trouble when your old man finds out. Tabitha's eyes go wide. Wait, I'm gonna be a daddy? Fruit is in... Yeah, I think so. Shh, let it talk. I think this might be important. You know, you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. Creepy door time! The world around you swirls, and you and Tabitha find yourselves pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. This is definitely supposed to be part of the estate, but I can't tell how much of this is real and how much is metaphor. Stop talking, we might miss something. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. You maintain your silence. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the Beechers are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? I'd kill to go to the beach right now. You probably want to say samesies, but you don't want to right now. That's fair. Ah, you've been talking to the witch then? How very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Stella! I promise we'll figure out how to free you soon, Stella. There can't be much more to these memories. I hope we do. How does it know that? This is too much. I just want to go home. Do you feel sick? I feel sick. Can we talk now? What do you know about this place? I mean, this is almost certainly the estate, and whatever we just saw probably happened in the Forbidden Wing, just based off the location of the windows. That half of the house has been off limits for over a decade. I don't know what we just saw, okay? And I know what it sounded like here, but Charlie isn't related to us. I know that much. I think. Come on, the quicker we get through this, the quicker we'll be out of this ghost place. Hopefully. You and Tabitha walk after Stella and into the darkness. You and your cousin find yourselves crouched under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. Now you can't really see it, but if you look underneath Tabitha's elbow, you can see the unicorn, which is behind her. And the baby ram, you can see, is above Gretchen more clearly, but Tabitha's kind of in the way of the unicorn. It's fine, though. Ugh, I don't know why, but it feels so much worse than the last room. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. We've got to be near the end, right? That music is the same song that started playing when Stella first showed up. Okay, you can see the head of the unicorn more now. She's moved her arm. Yeah, I think you're right. What a creepy scene to end things on. I can't believe this ghost is making Stella humiliate herself like this by doing a baby voice. It's embarrassing. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it. Though I wish I could make it move like you. And you can even do the voices. You know, you probably could make real money off of it if you put on a show for people. Oh, so that's why everyone's been moving so weirdly while they've been possessed, right? He's got a thing with puppets. He sure does. A traveling show? And you want me there too? Oh, could we go to towns along the beach? I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. I wish I could go back in time all those years ago and tell them what we know. Me too. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Keen eye. You can see the tiniest shimmer of tears in Tabitha's eye. She blinks, and they're gone. There, are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Tabitha can get in another word. A single spotlight remains, illuminating the trap door at the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. The trap door. Are we back in Rosalina's room? We must be. Which one of us is going to open it? Why are you asking that? Are you scared? Of course not! It creaks open all on its own. Oh god, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. Also, if you've seen any of my other playthroughs or any others yourself, depending on your relationship with her, she'll either admit to being scared or, as you see, not. Which is, valid. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumble through the hatch. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy together. Eddie? Oh god, I'm actually gonna be sick this time. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Did you see the tear running down her cheek at the end? She was conflicted. I didn't, but that's a good point. This whole thing isn't very fair, you know. We only saw one side of the story. Isn't only one side of the story what the Scarlets have been giving since 1918? Shut up! Oh, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? Are you talking to us? Don't answer it! You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No, it's absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit! I don't understand. You will live a shorter life. And I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. How much shorter would my life be? You aren't seriously entertaining this thing, are you? That isn't for you to know. Just as it wasn't for me to know. Dude, I don't mean to be whatever about this, but nobody knows when they're gonna die. I mean, 99.9999 repeating percent of the time, we don't know when we're gonna die. We really don't. I mean, yeah, yours was violently abrupted, but ended violently and abruptly, but like, it's... One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die. And what happens if we refuse? Then I will stay. I will stay until I get what I am owed. Like, not even your dad stayed. Like, come on. I hope I didn't come too late. Also, this is her old theme. Mom? All of you better get out of here before the spirit regains its composure. This is certainly a strong one, isn't it? Don't worry about the others. They're safe. I got your call, Tabitha, but it was definitely not easy getting down here. Wayne had no problem with it, apparently. Get us out of this pit, Sybil. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone could stumble across it. Why is that my problem? It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who actually lived in this town. It's only right. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to the demands of some dead guy. Saving again. I'm not leaving before I put this thing to rest. You take a step towards the spotlight. As you move forward, you feel Tabitha's hand on your shoulder. Please, what are you doing? Where are Oscar and Rosalina gonna live if I don't do this? Is that what you're worried about? Good God, don't give up years of your life just for somebody's rental. I own properties. I can let them rent one from me. I'll even throw in a discount. What if somebody wanders into the annex and gets stuck in this labyrinth of impossible rooms? Then we'll close up the library. It might go away on its own. Who knows? Why give up something like years of your life to some ghost who might not even be telling the truth? I wish there was a way to say this without making it final. But if I say this, a choice is made. I just wish I could tell her it's also because I'm worried about her, you know? Okay, you've convinced me. Let's just get out of here. Thank God. Sybil, you got in here. Can you get us out? Sybil sighs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Absolutely. This is not our problem. If you think it's the best course of action, yes, I can get you out. It's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in a basement. Even if all your senses are telling you otherwise, try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. You do as she says, closing your eyes. Suddenly the sounds and tactile sensations of the spirit realm feel much more distant, as though you've partially awoken from a terrible dream. Good. Now feel for the stairs. You fumble in the darkness, grasping the air in front of you. Your palm meets wood with a solid thunk. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. I found it! You begin your ascent. Good work, you two. You're doing great. You place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes, seeing what feels like a superposition of real and the fake. Don't let it trick you again. Its powers are already struggling to maintain their grip on you. The painting's gone. I don't know if that's important or not, but the painting's gone. One that was right here. You continue. You feel the door frame under your palm, and then the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. We're almost out. I knew it. I knew the ghost wasn't a big deal. It's only faltering now because it's exhausted. Don't underestimate the spirit, Tabitha. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and the library. The real world swims closer and closer to being back in focus. The doors! Come on, Blaze, we're almost there! You and Tabitha fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you as the doors fly open. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. I'm gonna peace out. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See you, Rosalina! See you, Alexis! Zane walks off down the road. Finally, we're out of the funhouse. But the spirit remains. It would have been much better to banish the thing. It's spread from the annex to the entire building. Anyone who steps foot in there might be subjected to its torment. Not my problem, not Blaze's problem. Thank you for including me in that. I don't want anyone else in town to have to experience that. That was awful. My bones were not meant to bend like that. I've never been so sore in my life. We'll board the place up and say there was a gas leak. There, fixed. Rosalina's pain meds are in there. I hope Dr. Kelly is still awake. We'll need replacements right away, especially after everything that just happened. And we'll have to figure out where we're gonna stay. Oh God, this was such a disaster. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Guterres. That's a very kind offer, Alexis, but I'm afraid the stairs would be too much for Rosalina. And I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's a lot to ask. I can figure this out. I couldn't trust the ghost to hold its end of the deal. It used all of you as puppets to try and get to us. Who's to say if it actually would have went away? Exactly. I'm not going to negotiate with something under the threat of violence, especially not when something isn't even alive. Nika, don't give me that look, please. I guess that's fair. It wasn't exactly gentle with any of us. I don't know how I feel about there being this big dangerous space in town that we're just leaving there. But you're right. There's no way for us to know if that thing was trustworthy. And who knows what giving up years of your life to that ghost would have done to you? You made the right call, and I'm happy you're okay. Thank you, Kanika. Can I hug you? It's just a house. We don't even own it. I'm not going to ask anyone to sacrifice years of their life for the chance of getting a rental back for the government. I don't think the spirit was lying, but it's much stronger than it was when you made your choice. If you went back in there, I can only imagine its demands of you will be much steeper. There's no walking this back. Great! Then we're all in principle agreed. It's done, let's move on. Any ideas, Tabitha? Your cousin grumbles. You promised! Don't usually do this kind of thing. The properties we own are for the miners, but there is a house that's vacant right now that might be suitable. You know the old Maxwell place? What? You can't be serious! That place is falling apart! Look, I tell you what, I won't even make you pay rent for the first month. Consider it repayment for not literally giving up my soul to get rid of a ghost that wasn't causing any problems until the two of you lived there. That's funny, I thought it was your family, the ghost family that pissed off the ghost. Your cousin furiously pulls out a keyring before picking off picking one off and handing it to Oscar. Thank you. This really means a lot to me and Rosalina. Rosalina understandably saying nothing. Yeah, because Tabitha wasn't with us when we saved them, so she's understandably not as impressed. Sorry, hang on, I need to adjust my headset. There we go. Now, if y'all don't mind, I'm going home. I think I've had enough social interactions for a lifetime tonight. Finish up whatever you have to do here. I'll wait by the car. Tabitha doesn't wait for you to respond, pushing past you and heading towards the car. To think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Actually, wait, where is Stella? Oh, she's just standing there by herself. That isn't like her. Is she okay? I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost and she's standing off by herself. Which, like, fair. That'd be a normal reaction for anyone else who hadn't just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about. I'm gonna go check on with her. Walk over to Stella. Oh, hey Blaze. You seem shell-shocked. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because somebody goes chasing after her. If anything, it'll just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours getting any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library now. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. Were you all conscious the whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. Pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until Sybil showed up and snapped us out of it. What was it like being puppeted? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let this happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It's like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls, I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. What do we do about the library? We can always board it up until the ghost goes away, right? The mines were boarded up and that just made us want to go down there even more. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted, even if folks believe us. That'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe Tabitha had the right idea. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. Sybil, is there any chance this goes away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Okay, that settles it. We'll board it up, we'll say there was a gas leak. And just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people, and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. I know you did everything you could for us, Blaze. It was probably smart not to trust that ghost anyways. You won't have to do this alone, Oscar. You can help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, and I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I can help out too. This town is full of good people, Blaze. We won't let this ruin Oscar. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms. He vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Wait, are you serious? That creep threatened her? Should we be worried about her? I'll make sure Stella knows what's going on. Did he say anything else to you? We don't need to trouble Blaze for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out, and I guess we've got some setting up to do. I wanted to ask all my questions. Crap. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger. Let us know if you need anything, okay? I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Blaze? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have a lot of questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Blaze. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. Keen-eye, you can't help but overhear snippets of their conversation as they leave. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. It was a spirit, dear. I've never been a fan of the word ghost. You'll be all right. Let's just get some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. So do you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for right now, it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along tonight? Look, that was a horrible experience that would stick with me for the rest of my days. But it was also kind of amazing for that. I don't know if it makes sense, but how many other people can say they were possessed by a ghost? I guess you finally got some shared trauma with everyone now. Avery chuckles, then grabs his at their hang on. Avery is they them, and I will do my best to stop mucking this up. Avery chuckles, then grabs at their ribs, wincing. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? I know tonight was horrific, but it was also thrilling, and knowing we all went through it together makes it easier. There are people to commiserate with tomorrow morning when the soreness really starts to set in. This reminds me, I'd better get back home. Supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Damn, the ditchlings are gone. Wayne's not here. Well, time to wrap things up here. Go back to the estate. The ride back is nearly silent as you and Tabitha reflect on the night's events and your decision to leave the haunting intact. So I guess ghosts are real. Yeah, I guess so. Feels like people should be making a bigger deal out of this. I'd be surprised at how quickly people adjust to terrible realities. I'd much rather move on from what happened tonight than make a big deal out of it. I'm sure most of your little friends feel the same way. I'm glad we're both still in one piece. Me too. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. The ghost was out for blood, and there's no way we could have trusted it to play fair. Slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. You're back inside. After the events of this evening, the howling winds and unsteady creaks of the estate almost feel like a warm welcome. Well, we're back. Do you think Stella's gonna be okay? Like, emotionally? She wandered off back there and I'm worried about her. She's a pest. And like all pests, she has an uncanny way of bouncing back from things. She'll be fine. What's gonna happen to the library? It'll stay boarded up until a real ghost hunter comes in or something. Or maybe Charlie will get fed up and disappear. I don't know how ghosts work. And that's not our problem now anyway. The important thing is we both got out of there. And even though everybody got banged up, nobody died. I won't even charge Oscar and Rosalina much rent for the old Maxwell place, out of the kindness of my heart. I'm sure they'll find something soon. How did you know to call Sybil? Who else would I have called? The cops? No. I believe you see their competence on full display. Besides, I'm sure you've heard that old woman talk. If anyone in this town would have known how to deal with a ghost, it'd be her, right? I don't know about you, but I feel pretty traumatized right now. Great. Now you're really a Scarlet. That'd be a lesson to you, Blaze. Alright, I think it's time for me to turn in. That's a good idea. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days, that's all. And then the bus comes. I'd like to stay in touch after all this is done. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. Anyway, night. See you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half of a week has passed since your first arrival in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Sorry, Charlie. I didn't have what was needed to set you free. Well, I could have given up years of my life, but no, sorry. Episode 4 awaits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now. Alright, everybody. Whew. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for sticking with me through this. I hope you all had fun, I guess. Might be the right word, not sure. Either way, we're going to leave it here for now. We're going to get to more chapters later, and believe it or not, they've already started working on the last chapter. Now, I know there's supposed to be 2 days left, but they're doing the last 2 chapters together. Obviously, there's not much out about it yet, other than the fact that they're working on it for obvious reasons. But it's going to be a bit till then, and we've got time to get through the chapters to get to that point. So again, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for watching the VOD either here or over on YouTube. Take care. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.